Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. Police in Scott Township have released new details after the body of a missing 7-year-old boy was discovered in the Susquehanna River over the weekend. Officials say Aiden Ha, who was autistic and nonverbal, left his home on Old Berwick Road early Saturday morning and walked toward the Susquehanna River. Police canine units tracked his scent straight to the water, prompting search crews to focus their efforts on the river. On Sunday afternoon, a Pennsylvania State Police helicopter from Harrisburg spotted Aiden's body about half a mile downstream from his home, and the Marine unit from Philadelphia recovered his body. Authorities say there is no sign of foul play, as the death appears to be accidental. No charges will be filed, and an autopsy will not be conducted. Police in Schuylkill County are investigating a deadly shooting in Frackville early Saturday morning. Just after midnight, Frackville Borough Police were called to a home on South Center Street in Frackville Borough for a report of a woman that has been shot. Inside, officers found 55-year-old Natalie Pelishak with multiple gunshot wounds. She was pronounced dead at the scene by the Schuylkill County Coroner's Office. Also in the home was the suspect, 56-year-old Andrew Pelishak of Frackville. He was taken into custody without incident and later flown to a nearby hospital for treatment. The case is now being handled by the Pennsylvania State Police in Frackville, who are continuing to investigate. On Sunday, a fire broke out at a residence in Wilkes-Barre. The fire took place on East Ross Street, where, according to Wilkes-Barre Fire Chief, 1 person is dead and 7 people are now without a home. The American Red Cross was on the scene to assist the displaced. We'll continue to follow this story as officials are investigating the cause of the fire. Runners in Luzerne County are keeping the memory of an Air Force major alive. This Sunday marked the 4th annual Kisses to Cancer 5K in Wilkes-Barre. The event began with runners clad in pink taking off along the Luzerne County Levee Trail near the Dorothy Dixon Dart Center. The run honors the life and legacy of the late Air Force Major and Wilkes-Barre graduate Candace Adams Ismarelli, who lost her battle with breast cancer in 2016. Proceeds from the event will benefit Relay for Life, the Valor Clinic Foundation, and leadership development programs for Wilkes-Barre students. A big decision has been made by Amazon regarding a new business location. Amazon has decided on Hanover Township being the place for its new 250,000 square foot distribution center. Hanover Township Manager Sam Gesto says the new facility will be built on a site on Desike Drive, a drive that used to be owned by the Earth Conservancy. The place will serve as a local hub for sorting packages from bigger fulfillment centers all ready for the delivery process, and it will serve a 50-mile radius with 800 to 900 vans in operation, according to Gesto. Gesto says the facility will get the job done for 150 to 200 in-house jobs, with site excavation expected to start at the end of October. This week is Fire Prevention Week, and the National Fire Protection Association is focusing this year on lithium-ion battery risks and ways to minimize them. Many electronics in your home, like your smartphone, tablet, laptops, and toys, are powered by lithium-ion batteries. However, if used incorrectly or damaged, they can overheat and start a fire or explode. Reports of fires and explosions involving lithium-ion batteries have been on the rise in recent years, but the NFPA has released guidelines on how to use, handle, and recycle them safely. Buy only listed products. Many products sold online and in stores may not meet safety standards, so look for a stamp from a nationally recognized testing lab on the packaging and product that signifies it meets safety standards. Charge devices safely. Always use the cable that comes with the product to charge it. If you need a new charger, buy one from the manufacturer or one that the manufacturer has approved. Dispose of or recycle your batteries responsibly. Don't throw lithium-ion batteries in the trash or recycling bins because they could catch fire. Recycling your device or battery at the safe recycling facility is the best way to dispose of them. Visit www.calltorecycle.org to find a recycling spot near you. For more information on lithium-ion battery safety and to learn more about other means of fire safety, visit www.firepreventionweek.org. Coming up on WYLN News, a Hazleton woman is trying to keep her home. Plus, we'll tell you how a local hospital is getting involved with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network, part of Jefferson Health. If you were saved by the bell and made epic mixtapes, it's time for a mammogram. Screenings help find breast cancer early when it's more treatable. Schedule today at lvhn.org/mammo.
Hi, my name is Victoria and I'm 7 years old. Tomorrow the weather will be rainy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today. If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business.
You will love the feel-good feeling you get when you shop at Grand Central in Nesquebec and Hazleton. You will enjoy a no-pressure professional sales staff, experienced delivery crew, service after the sale,
and don't forget, everyday low prices.
No matter what you're shopping for in your home, we have you covered with top brand names like Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, England, and Dillon Custom Rugs.
With our enormous selection and the flexibility to finance interest-free for up to 60 months, Grand Central makes it easy to make your house a home.
In this week's episode of Let's Talk Chiropractic, we're going to have a guest, Claudine Gallagher, and we're going to discuss how this whole thing works.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Welcome back to WYLN News. PennDOT has released new road restrictions. Motorists are encouraged to take alternate routes when possible to avoid delays. Interstate 81 northbound between exit 159 and exit 165B will have lane restrictions from Monday, October 6th through Thursday, October 9th from 9 o'clock a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. for bridge repairs. Additionally, Interstate 80 westbound between exit 260 and exit 256 from Monday, October 6th through Thursday, October 9th from 7 o'clock a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. for dead tree removal. Drivers can check conditions on major roadways by visiting www.511pa.com or by dialing 511. A Hazleton woman wants to keep her home. Oriana Montasas has been living in her apartment at 105 West Chestnut Street for 25 years. The city has begun the process of taking her property to create parking for people who use the city's bus system. Ralph Sharp of Hazleton Public Transit said that Montasas would be compensated with the fair market value of her property. The city is now prepared to notify Montasas of the takeover with a process called eminent domain. She is able to file objections to the city, as well as separately challenge the government's assessment of the property's value. If Montasas is forced to leave, she says she would move closer to the Bethlehem area where her daughter lives. If you pass by a Geisinger hospital and noticed a pink hue, that's because they are illuminating their hospitals in pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Throughout October, Geisinger will also be sending out their pink mobile mammogram bus for screenings in underserved communities. You can schedule an appointment for the following stops. Between October 13th and 17th, the bus will be parked at 426 Airport Beltway in Hazel Township. From October 20th to the 24th, it will be in Pottsville at 529 Terry Riley Way. And finally, the bus will be at 35 South Mountain Boulevard in Mountaintop from October 27th until the 31st. Appointments can be scheduled through My Geisinger or by calling 570-271-6000. Health professionals recommend annual mammograms starting at age 40 to detect breast cancer as early as possible. It was a successful day for people needing flu vaccinations. On Saturday, October 4th, at the Health and Wellness Center at Hazleton, a free drive-through flu shot clinic took place from 11 o'clock a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. The shots available range from ages 6 months and older, and one's for individuals 65 and older. Vice President of Operations Melissa Curto was happy with the results of at least 500 people and had the honor of thanking the whole community.
Just want to thank our community for coming out and supporting LVHN Jefferson on a beautiful October day. We gave almost 500 flu shots, and we really thank our community for keeping each other safe, and it was a great day.
This was the 6th annual community drive-through flu shot clinic hosted by the Lehigh Valley Health Network. For almost 30 years, LVHN has administered at least 200,000 flu shots for this annual event, so they are ready for more years to come. Hazleton Regional Airport hosted a Jump for Hope event this past weekend. The event ran by Above the Poconos Skydivers, where for each person that jumped out of the airplane, $35 was contributed to the Breast Cancer Community Center in Allentown. The meaningful event also included a 5K run with 35 participants and a basket raffle. The goal was to have fun and raise funds. Kaylee Valinsky of Mahanoy City is one of many that has a deep connection with the cause, as her mother was diagnosed with breast cancer on Christmas Eve of last year. Above the Poconos Skydivers owner Danielle Andreas says that both breast cancer survivors and those currently in their battle have little to no fear to jump because they feel it can't be worse than what they are going through or have went through in their battle. Organizers hope to increase the number of participants each year to give more people the opportunity to take a jump and to help give hope to those battling. Between the adrenaline rush, views, and community spirit, this year's participants say they will hold on to these memories for a lifetime, knowing the difference they helped make. The Pennsylvania Department of Transportation announced Monday that all the driver license and photo centers will be closed on October 11th through October 13th in observance of Columbus Day/Indigenous Peoples Day. The in-person services will be unavailable during those days. However, customers may still be able to access through the driver and vehicle services online 24/7. Online services include renewals for driver's license, photo IDs, and vehicle registrations, driver history reports and address changes, restoration letters and fee payments for driver licenses or insurance, requests for duplicate driver's licenses and photo IDs, and Real ID pre-verification and driver exam scheduling. A full list of PennDOT center closures is available online at www.pa.gov/agencies/PennDOT. Coming up on Tamaqua's News Choice, we check in with Luzerne County Manager Emilda Crocomo on Crocomo's County Report. Plus, WYLN historian Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Part 1 of Ashland. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
For a better customer experience, visit Fairway Subaru in Hazleton. Fairway Subaru has been providing generations of customers with Subarus. With exceptional customer service they've come to expect. Check out our selection in person or at fairwaysubaru.com. Fairway Subaru, the right car, the right price, the right dealer.
When you bundle home and auto, life can be easier. You choose coverage that makes sense for you, at a price that's right for you, and a local State Farm agent who's there for you.
Call State Farm agent Pete Casalika in the greater Hazleton area today.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman. Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
Hi, Hi, welcome to Kokomo's County Report. I'm the host today, Preston Endress, and here with me is my good friend Ramila Kokomo. How are you today?
Had a bad sports weekend, but live to fight another day, right?
There's always more yet to come.
That's
this is
right.
Not the end.
That's right.
Yeah, I can't say I can't say I feel any differently.
Yeah.
It's been quite a. But aside from that, I think there's a more pressing matter on our hands.
There
right
are
now,
some more pressing matters.
Yes, this is something that I have not heard or thought something of since high school, because it was like, what, 2018 since the last government shutdown, or what?
Yeah, it was. You probably were in high school. Yeah.
I remember it being in high school, hearing that. Yes.
So unfortunately, both the state and federal government has shut down. And what that means for the county is a lot of our human services relies on federal and state funding. A lot of the services we have to do a certain percentage of a match. And unfortunately, it will definitely affect our cash flow if they don't come to an agreement and we get our monies. An example is with Children, Youth, and Families. Right now, we're paying our staff, but we're not paying providers. And unfortunately, we need the providers to provide the services to the families that are in our system. And we have legal requirements that we have to make. And unfortunately, we can't walk away from legal requirements like the federal and the state government can, because we will be held accountable by the state and the federal government if we don't provide the services, and we have to provide the services. So it really is a very daunting task we have before us, and I know that we have to actually consider preparing for it in 2026 because I don't think it's going to get any better.
Yep, there's a big shutdown. Leave it to us to do the main thing now.
Right.
It's
right.
It shouldn't be anything scary, should it be? Or
I mean, here's an example. We receive monies, pass-through monies from the federal and state government to provide services for individuals who have mental health issues. For example, there's a crisis center that is almost ready to be finished, but we need the state and the federal government to participate in maybe the last 40 days to get the site here in Hazleton completed. We have to wait to get that done. So there are people who could be receiving services that have to wait. And that has consequences. People who need to get their mental health and their drug and alcohol services, if those services are delayed, there are certain situations where these individuals then maybe commit crimes. When individuals commit crimes, it means that our court dockets are increased, and we have a very, very heavy court docket the way it is, and then our prison population increases. Those increases, and then we have to make sure we have enough district attorneys, and we have to make sure we have enough public defenders. All those increases add up to county resources being expended. It has consequences, and I really hope that all of you are calling your federal and state representatives to say, get back to work. Do your job that you were elected to do.
Now, aside from this whole scenario going into hopefully not down the toilet, is there anything positive that we can bring up to ease the spirits of everyone, especially for this month?
Absolutely, and it's happening this Sunday. Our 911 and emergency services is having a trunk or treat, and it will be Sunday, October 12th. From 5 to 6, it's for sensory-friendly trunk or treat, and then from 6 to 8, it'll be open to the public. It is at our 911 center, which I'm very proud of, 100 Young Street in Hanover Township. There's plenty of parking. There's going to be food. There's going to be ice cream. There's going to be a DJ, and there's going to be a lot of treats for the kids. So bring the kids. It'll be a very nice evening, and I hope to see you there.
That does sound like a much better thing going on than
the shutdown.
That, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah, everyone could use a good time, especially the kids. You know, the first greatest gift, let's see, because the third, that's laughter. The second, that's ice cream. Yes, for the kids, this will be great.
Absolutely, and we hope to see you there. It's going to be a fun night. Our 911 staff is very excited about it.
And everyone hearing this, I'm sure, will be extra excited to hear. Yes, I'm all for a nice Halloween get-together of fun.
Absolutely, and ice cream.
Okay, well, hopefully that everyone focuses more on this, but still working hard. We gotta still keep that up as much as we want to have fun. So, aside from that, I'm guessing that's a positive enough note to leave off on for Kokomo's County Report this week. So, I guess we'll see you all next time.
It's cold out there. Call S.J. Kowalski for the best products and solutions to help lower your energy costs and keep your family safe and comfortable this winter. Our professional team has unparalleled experience with all the latest innovative types of heating systems. We're a Lennox Premier dealer, installing high-quality equipment, providing the ultimate experience in comfort and climate control while being energy efficient. S.J. Kowalski, heating and cooling the way the earth intended.
PPW High Voltage is back. Join us for all the hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action that only PPW Wrestling can bring you. Join us each and every week as we bring you the action from the Slatington Expo Center, Saturdays at 4:30, Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN. PPW Wrestling, the best in independent wrestling.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hello, I'm WYLN historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
And I'm 7 years old. Tomorrow the weather will be rainy.
In the early 1800s, little thought was given to the northwest corner of Schuylkill County, which was dense wilderness. Indeed, for many years, the only tangible business in this area was Jacob Rodenberger's Log Cabin Hotel, which served travelers on the Center Turnpike running between Reading and Sunbury. One prominent Schuylkill County resident, however, thought there could be more to the area. Bird S. Patterson was convinced that there were major coal deposits underground in the region, and despite derision that only a fool would buy up seemingly worthless land, purchased 400 acres of land, along with partners John Brock and James Hart, in 1845. A year later, they tested their theory, sending out a scouting party under the leadership of experienced miner Patrick Devine to develop coal seams in the area. Sure enough, coal was found in large amounts. And the following year, 1847, surveyors started laying out a village on the site. For the new community's name, its fathers looked to prominent Kentucky Senator Henry Clay, whose strong support of tariffs and foreign iron had led to increased coal use for domestic iron production. Clay, who had run unsuccessfully for president 3 times and served as Secretary of State under John Quincy Adams, lived on a estate called Ashland, and so, in honor of his contributions to the coal industry, the new town became Ashland. At first, the newly named Ashland grew slowly due to delays in operation of the local Mine Hill and Schuylkill Haven Railway Company. Originally founded in 1828 and utilizing animal power for its trains at first, the railroad by 1846 planned on building an extension to the Ashland area. Due to cost overruns and issues with route designs, though, the line was not completed until 1864. That same year, the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad leased control of the Mine Hill and Schuylkill Haven and would eventually absorb it fully into its system. The P&R built a station on South Railroad Street in 1867, and it would serve Ashland for many decades thereafter. The Lehigh Valley Railroad's tracks would also reach Ashland in due time. Its station on East Center Street would open to travelers in 1879. Meanwhile, Ashland's first post office was built in 1853, and the first church, built for a Methodist congregation, opened its doors in 1855. By 1857, enough people lived in the community for it to separate from the surrounding Butler Township and incorporate as a borough. The coal industry ramped up as well, beginning with the opening of a colliery built by Bancroft, Lewis and Company in 1853. It earned its more lasting name of the Pioneer Colliery the following September, when it shipped its first load of coal by rail, and made national news in 1863 when it was connected to the neighboring Tunnel Colliery via a tunnel some 600 feet underground. It would continue operating until the late 19th century. By the 1870s, the unrest in the coal region that would give birth to the Molly Maguires reached the Ashland area. Neighboring Girardville would be cited as a hotbed for Molly activity, for that was where Jack Kehoe, labeled by some newspapers as the King of the Mollies, operated his Hibernian House Tavern there. Kehoe, remembering the hardships his former mining colleagues had experienced in the mines, fought hard for miners' rights, a campaign that infuriated the coal operators. Kehoe would eventually be convicted of the murder of mine foreman Frank Langdon in a trial that did not afford him a proper chance to defend himself, and he was hanged in 1878. He would eventually be given a posthumous pardon by Governor Milton Shapp in 1979. Kehoe's great-grandson still runs the Hibernian House today. On the other side of Ashland, near the village of Centralia, alleged Molly activity would take a deadly turn on October 17, 1868. Alexander Ray, a prominent mine superintendent who was one of the founders of Centralia, originally called Centerville, was traveling towards Mount Carmel when he stopped to water his horse at a roadside trough. It was then that several men set upon him, believing he was carrying his company's payroll. When they did not find it, they murdered him and stole his watch and pocketbook. 4 men would be arrested for the crime, but avoided conviction in an 1869 trial. They would be tried again in 1877, and 3 of them, Patrick Hester, Peter McHugh, and Patrick Tully, would be convicted this time and subsequently hanged in Bloomsburg. Shortly afterwards, the legend goes, Centralia's father Daniel McDermott, who had preached against the Molly's supposed crimes from the pulpit, is said to have placed a curse on the town, allegedly declaring that the day would come when St. Ignatius Roman Catholic Church would be the only structure remaining in Centralia.
And I'm 7 years old. Tomorrow the weather will be rainy.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.